Dre, you still watch wrestling, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You watched the Chamber last night?
I did watch the Chamber last night.
All right. Now, I found out about it as it was happening because, as I said, I was on Saturday, and at that point in the night, I'm just kind of scrolling. I'm doom scrolling while we're all yapping, and I saw what happened at the end, and and that after 20 years,
Yes.
John Cena not just being anti-hero or thugonomics, he went full heel turn.
Yes, he did
last night, and how do you feel about this? Because I want to bring up a secondary problem. And listen, I am not into wrestling as much as I used to be. I'm barely in. It's tangential. I just keep a pulse on it, so I know what's happening. Yeah. I'm not watching it. I'm not interested anymore. Not like I used to be, because it's moved beyond what I loved anymore. Yeah. And but that's fair enough. But I am old school hardcore. We've had discussion many times, so
yes.
I want to know how you feel about that last night.
I think this might be the most significant moment in modern day wrestling since the birth of AEW, in my personal opinion. I've been booing John Cena for 20 years.
So you were on the Cena suck side.
Yes, I was on the Cena suck side.
I fully bought into hustle, loyalty, respect. I was all for Hero Cena. I dug it. Because he was the Hulk Hogan of a generation.
Yes, he was. Absolutely.
The ultimate face.
Yes. Like for what he did for the company and for the business and all that other stuff, and was able to actually launch, his careers outside of it. He did what was asked of him, and he did a great job. Yeah. My issue was that he was boring as sin. That was my issue with him ever since he was no longer the Doctor of Thugonomics. I love Doctor of Thugonomics. He was a anti-hero heel.
Yeah.
But ever since he was Super Cena, I hated him. I've been booing him for 20 consecutive years. 20 consecutive years I've been booing him. And like me, I'm a big heels guy. I love Edge or Randy Orton or I love heels. I love bad guys. They're the characters that make things interesting. But that's why like Stone Cold was so unique, because he wasn't a heel or a face. He was the ultimate anti-hero that you're gonna cheer for anyway, because he was like an F your boss type thing. But what happened last night was absolutely unequivocally fantastic, and I think it's arguably the greatest swerve in WWE history, personally.
I'm glad you said it that way. WWE history.
Yeah.
Because I have seen comparisons, and I was there when the original Ultimate heel turn happened. When Hogan walked into WCW and betrayed the Macho Man to side with the outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and then broke my little Hulkamaniac heart and became Hollywood. And now, listen, this is big. I get it, and because I'm a wrestling historian to an extent, just because I watched it for all my life. I've never done deep research, but I'm just a viewer who's watched shitloads of it in my old man lifetime. As incredible as this, especially with the consideration that they've paired him with The Rock in his final boss run here.
Yeah.
That is considering their history.
Yes.
With their matches and all that shit. It's not bigger than Hulk Hogan going heel.
It's a very tough thing. And I understand the comparison.
People are saying it is, and I'm like, no.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. I understand the comparison.
Yeah.
Because like you just eloquently put, John Cena was the Hulk Hogan of his era. The perennial baby face, kissing babies, hugging fat women. That was his thing. Yeah. And I understand why it's being compared. And this is why I'm explaining why it's being compared. Because that moment in WCW changed the industry. That moment changed the whole industry. And the moment that happened last night, though, do I personally think it's the same impact? No.
There are people saying it is, though. They're like, this is the greatest thing ever. And people are actually doing the greater than sign.
I've seen that too, the greater than sign. Now, granted, that's also from people that weren't there at the same time.
You made a great transition to that. And I understand they weren't there when Hogan heel turned, and he was the face. And to have him do the despicable things that he did as Hollywood, to betray Macho Man like that, You thought he's walking in to save him. He chases Scott Hall and Kevin Nash in the ring, and then turns around and does the leg drop. It's like, no, Hulkster, no.
And it broke everybody's heart. Now, we remember it that fondly because we were young then.
Yeah.
In 20 years' time, all those kids that saw what happened last night are going to be saying the same thing about that moment.
And that's why I am not yelling as hard, because it is a generational thing. Yeah. But it still is the second time. And and to your point, Cena going heel is not going to revolutionize anything. The only thing it does is prove that they have the balls in the Netflix era to do something like this. And congratulations for that.
Yes.
They're not good. But Hogan turning heel, that's what started the Monday Night Wars.
Yes, 100%. And that started the first major boom period.
Yeah.
The first one was the classic era, but the major boom period that launched the Attitude Era, that ended up launching Ruthless Aggression, all that stuff was because of that heel turn. Yes.
And because WWE had to take WCW serious for the first time in 20 years. They had to take WCW seriously. And now listen, I switched to WCW at that point. I switched. I stopped watching WWE. Yeah. And I was supporting Nitro versus Raw. I was a Nitro guy. Yeah. And then, of course, over the years, WCW dropped the ball. They fumbled. They handed the writers' room became shit, and they lost it completely. And of course they fumbled. The biggest fumble was the night where Mankind beat Taker for the championship, and they go, "Oh, we're live, and you can go watch the recorded Raw." Well, guess what? Everybody went and watched the recorded Raw. Yeah, and that's when things flipped.
Yeah,
right. And that was
a great moment when Mankind finally became champion. That was a great moment.
Yeah. So it was arrogance. WCW was winning, and then they got arrogant, and they lost the ball, and then they fell apart, and then we are where we are now, where all that is now WWE. Because when you see the tapes, it'll say WWE on it, not WCW, because Vince bought it. Bought it. So I'm excited for people who were enjoying it last night, both old school and new people. Yeah. And I think it is a great way for John Cena to go out in his last run here.
I agree.
It's good. And to pair him with The Rock, who is great in there. I don't care about Dwayne Johnson outside the ring.
One does.
I just don't. He's not a movie star, and he's not interesting, and he's a kind of a crappy human being. But when he's The Rock, when he's doing the Rock shtick, hell yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, and it was really good. And for the first time in a long time, the product that was put on last night was actually legitimately entertaining. A couple of the early card matches were kind of dumb, but like the two chamber matches, I really enjoyed. Especially the men's chamber match. Like they literally they were rewarding longtime fans.
Yeah, a lot of storylines were touched on. Cena, Punk,
they're rewarding a lot of longtime fans, people that were fans maybe that stopped watching during the PG era and all that other stuff. They were rewarding a lot of goodwill, and I got to give them a lot of credit for that. Like having Cena and CM Punk get like 8 minutes to themselves in the chamber, that was great. Like a lot of that stuff was really, really good. The stories that's being told, that's weaved around them. Logan Paul got destroyed. Like it was
everybody wanted that.
Yeah, it was rewarding a lot of goodwill. So they really, really knocked it out of the park. And it's like the first time I was actually excited to watch the chamber. And they did very, very well. And like for the first time in a long time, I felt like the right people won. And that's very rare for an entire pay-per-view to be PLE, whatever they call it now.
Yeah.
To be framed the proper way and for the stories to go the way that, in my personal opinion, went exactly the way it should have in order to tell long-term storytelling. They did an excellent job. And the ending was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. I don't know who the rapper was.
I don't know who that dude was. I'm like, who's that dude standing behind?
Yeah, I don't know, but he was a rapper dude, and he slapped the crap out of Cody. I felt that. And his eye was swelling up after he hit the man in the face.
They busted Cody open.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, there was some color.
Put the watch on his hand. It was.
Yeah. They put some color on him, so that was good. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like everything about that ending. This is why everybody's talking about it.
Yeah,
because it's
and that's why we're talking about it because it's just entertainment news and discussion and even though I'm not into it, I have the knowledge to make it a something we can dig into and I bring it up because even though I'm not watching it and I'm not into it and I ain't caring that much as I used to. Wrestling is as relevant as it ever was as an entertainment media right now.
100%. 100%.
It's relevant. Yep. People want to talk about it. They want to enjoy it. They want to be into it. I want to get into it, but there's barriers that I just don't want to put the time or effort in. Also, because at the same time, I've been so disappointed by the video games for the past 6-7 years. Every time I try to play them, that was always an extension. I used to love to get the current game and play it and make my own roster, make my own characters. And the games just getting farther and farther away from catering to the way I want to play them to making them normie friendly.
Yes. So. Yes. And that's one of the problems when they end up getting bought out by 2K, which was
that's when that was 2K12 is where it took a dip. Yeah. When it was SmackDown versus Raw, that was money.
Those were good games. And when Ukes was still running the joint, oh goodness.
When you could still create your own finisher.
Yes.
The minute they got rid of make your own finisher, I had dynamite fingers. I was one into a fireman's carry into like a DDT.
That's pretty cool.
I called it the Heaven's Breaker. It was great.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
It was great.
I had one which was a 3 kicks to the nuts and then an RKO.
That's disqualification.
Not in my world. It's not.
Oh man! See, I had another variation was like a superplex into the a reverse superplex into the DDT. But so create your own thing. It was great. It was fantastic. And then they took it away. Yeah, and it's like I don't want somebody else's finisher.
Yeah,
because that's what makes it unique. So
exactly.
That's when I started getting it. And last time I tried, I think it was 2K22.
And you're not missing anything because 2K is just copy and paste each year. So
it's like EA. They don't make the effort.
Same thing. 2K, like the same thing. They're in the same bracket as Madden and all the rest of them. Copy and paste and move forward.
And you know what? Don't make me pay for roster updates.
Yeah.
Don't make me pay. Yeah. Give it to me. I already bought the game. Why are you making me get this extra roster update? Spend $12 on it. I'll go to the fans are making better versions anyway. I go down.
Oh, those are always great.
Yeah.
The fans make are always amazing.
Yeah. All right. I want to talk about that because it is relevant, and I wanted to get your take on because I know you're still watching it. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.